Coordinated winter assault waves targeting the same communities within 12 hours. The second wave intensifies at 7 a.m. Monday. Heavy precipitation advancing in the Kentucky highlands. Ground temperature readings remaining below freezing. Ice formation becoming persistent regional problem. Weekend brings characteristically dry Arctic conditions, limited moisture availability for snow development, but extreme cold creating alternative hazards, burst pipe potential increasing dramatically. Home heating systems straining beyond normal capacity, natural gas demand spiking throughout region. Vehicle starting problems anticipated across region, battery performance declining rapidly in cold. Agricultural operations implementing livestock protection protocols. Emergency shelter preparation becoming critical. Water pipe systems freezing in unheated structures. Municipal systems requiring constant monitoring. Emergency shelter facilities preparing for overflow capacity. Homeless populations facing life-threatening exposure conditions. Current weather pattern persistence extremely concerning. MJO Phase 8 extending throughout month. Extended models showing continued cold dominance. January prospects remaining well below normal. The third phase presents the greatest danger. Coastal storm development threatening major escalation. This resembles systematic atmospheric siege warfare. Repeated assaults systematically wearing down defenses. Infrastructure aging rapidly under persistent stress. Road surfaces developing cracks from freeze-thaw cycles. Your immediate preparation must begin now. Time remaining before initial assault, 6 hours. Stock essential emergency food supplies immediately. Grocery establishments experiencing pre-storm demand surge. Bread, milk, egg products disappearing rapidly. Non-perishable items becoming immediate priority. Vehicle preparation becomes absolutely critical. Full fuel tank mandatory before snow accumulation. Ice removal tools, snow brushes, emergency kits, jumper cables essential for cold weather operation. Avoid unnecessary travel Monday morning. Work from home arrangements strongly recommended. School pickup procedures requiring modification. Early dismissal procedures activating Monday morning. Home heating system inspection becomes urgent. Furnace filter replacement immediately recommended. Question: how do storms repeatedly find identical targets? The answer lies in atmospheric memory systems. Backup heating sources prepared and tested. Space heater operations verified for safety. Water pipe protection implementation critical. Faucet dripping during potential freeze periods. Cabinet door opening for warm air circulation. Pipe insulation inspection completed thoroughly. Power outage preparation becomes essential. Flashlight, battery, radio equipment charged. Cell phone charging to maximum capacity. Portable charging devices fully prepared. Generator safety protocols thoroughly reviewed. Never operate inside any enclosed structures. Carbon monoxide detection systems tested. Emergency ventilation requirements clearly understood. Prescription medications adequately stockpiled. Pharmacy access becomes limited during storms. First aid supply inventory completed thoroughly. Emergency medical information properly organized. Elderly neighbor welfare checks planned. Community support networks properly activated. Deep south moisture colliding with established cold air, eastern Tennessee becoming a snow production facility. Pet protection measures implemented immediately. All animals brought inside permanently. Outdoor water sources properly protected. Animal shelter preparation completed thoroughly. Cash withdrawal recommended immediately. ATM systems failing during extended power outages. Electronic payment systems become unreliable. Small denomination bills preferred for emergencies. Snow removal equipment preparation essential. Shovels, ice melt, rock salt adequately stocked. Physical conditioning for snow removal activities. Back injury prevention becomes critically important. Today brings continued cold throughout nation. Northern regions experiencing sustained Arctic conditions. Clipper system delivering lake effect development. Superior streamers targeting Michigan Peninsula. Light accumulations across upper Midwest regions, persistent wintry pattern becoming concerning. Pacific Northwest receiving additional storm systems. Northern Rockies accumulating significant mountain snow. But here's the development nobody's discussing publicly. These systems demonstrate a consistent northward bias. Western regions maintaining above normal temperatures. Temperature contrast driving storm energy development. Monday's systematic assault becomes template. Identical targeting patterns expected repeatedly. Same communities receiving repeated systematic punishment. Infrastructure deteriorating systematically under stress. This atmospheric siege campaign just beginning. Each storm systematically weakening regional defenses. Recovery time eliminated between successive events. Continuous assault systematically wearing down resistance. Don't miss the extended forecast at 12 minutes, the December siege comprehensive timeline. But here's something even more concerning. Extended patterns showing no signs of mercy. December models suggesting repeated storm events. Identical storm trajectories utilized weekly. Christmas travel facing multiple systematic threats. Holiday preparation requiring significant modification. Shopping completion recommended immediately. Delivery services facing repeated systematic delays. Friday's storm caught North Carolina off guard by tracking north. Monday's system could replicate this exact behavior. Economic impacts cascading throughout region. Lost productivity mounting systematically weekly. Energy costs increasing dramatically. Heating demand consistently exceeding capacity. Insurance claims mounting exponentially. Property damage accumulating systematically. Here's the promised analysis from 12 minutes. December siege timeline comprehensively revealed. Week 1, Monday systematic assault beginning. Week 2, weekend Arctic outbreak arriving. Week 3, additional storm system tracking. Week 4, Christmas week uncertainty developing. January continuing systematic pattern persistence, no relief projected throughout winter season. Population adaptation requiring significant lifestyle changes, winter survival becoming immediate priority. This represents unprecedented weather warfare. Atmospheric patterns, historically unprecedented. Climate patterns shifting toward extreme persistence. Traditional seasonal weather cycles significantly disrupted. Washington, D.C. and Baltimore remain within striking distance. Historical patterns show models consistently underestimate reach. Your survival depends on next 4 hours. Final preparation window closing rapidly. Don't wait for official Weather Service warnings. Local conditions deteriorate rapidly without notice. Tomorrow brings exclusive model comparison analysis. European versus American Guidance Comprehensive Review. Plus detailed weekend Arctic outbreak analysis. Temperature projections showing record-setting potential. And exclusive emergency management interview. Regional preparation inadequacy comprehensively exposed. Don't miss tomorrow's emergency intelligence briefing. Life-saving information your family absolutely needs. The next 18 hours determine survival. Monday, systematic assault rapidly approaching. Stay prepared. Stay vigilant. Remember, this atmospheric warfare campaign, just beginning. This represents only the opening engagement of what scientists are calling the Great Winter Siege of 2024. Right now, the precipitation machinery is positioning. Initial operations commence in 8 hours. 2 a.m. Monday morning initiates the systematic assault. Southern Indiana receiving the opening barrage. Cincinnati metropolitan borders facing immediate accumulation. Northern Kentucky preparing for sustained snowfall. Why are regions still recovering from Friday's storm facing another direct hit Monday morning? 7 a.m. Monday escalates into heavy bombardment phase. North Carolina mountain regions absorbing significant loads. Tennessee Tri-Cities area under sustained assault. Southwest Virginia receiving concentrated punishment. Roanoke, Charlottesville, Lynchburg, all designated targets. Danville preparing for substantial snow accumulation. Greensboro experiencing critical rain-to-snow conversion. Dynamic cooling creating unexpected accumulation rates. But these represent merely the preliminary strikes. Late morning brings the most formidable weapon. Charleston receiving unanticipated snow bombardment. Areas that escaped Friday's impact facing retribution. Hickory experiencing heavy, wet snow precipitation. Charlotte monitoring potential rain to snow transition. Fayetteville confronting mixed precipitation chaos. Rain, snow, sleet creating transportation havoc. Richmond under snow siege by late morning. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. delivers the ultimate escalation. Here's what makes this development particularly dangerous. Coastal low-pressure system forming off the Atlantic. How do winter systems follow identical trajectories like guided precision strikes against the same targets? When precipitation intensifies during low development, snow accumulation rates could exceed 2 inches hourly. Two powerful systems operating in coordination. Back-edge atmospheric energy creating elevated dynamics. Heavy snow bands wrapping through Appalachian corridors, West Virginia to eastern Kentucky facing direct threat. Banding phenomena concentrate snowfall like focused beams, specific areas receiving triple normal accumulation rates. Surface low pressure amplifying precipitation efficiency. Light snow rapidly intensifying into heavy bombardment. Here's the promised analysis from 3 minutes. Coastal storm development reveals alarming potential. East Coast low pressure developing Monday afternoon. Precipitation rates doubling during formation stages. Areas currently receiving light snow face escalation. Heavy snow potential extending from Virginia to Pennsylvania. Northern trajectory scenarios extend snow to Baltimore. Washington, D.C. corridor monitoring surprise potential. Computer models displaying considerable uncertainty. High-resolution guidance conflicting with European analysis. Southern Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky. Caught in nature's methodical bombardment cycle. American models pushing snow further north than projected. Historical patterns suggest continued northward expansion. Question: what triggers this coastal storm formation? The answer involves oceanic temperature differentials. Warm Atlantic waters interacting with Arctic air masses. Temperature contrast creating explosive atmospheric development. Surface temperatures hovering at freezing creating critical thresholds. Single-degree variations determining rain versus snow outcomes. Dynamic cooling reducing temperatures during active precipitation. Rain rapidly converting to heavy, wet snow accumulation. Don't miss the accumulation projections at 6 minutes. Totals that will concern commuters significantly. Monday afternoon brings transportation paralysis. Heavy snow rates overwhelming road treatment capabilities. Salt applications cannot match accumulation pace. Pre-treatment strategies becoming ineffective during heavy rates. Interstate highways transforming into hazardous corridors. I-77, I-81, I-95 facing potential closure decisions. Richmond to Norfolk Transportation Corridor extremely vulnerable. Virginia Beach area monitoring northern storm extent. But here's what the weather models aren't revealing about this systematic targeting pattern. School districts preparing emergency dismissal protocols. Monday afternoon commute facing catastrophic conditions. Airport operations activating de-icing procedures immediately. Charlotte-Douglas implementing systematic delay protocols. Raleigh-Durham anticipating significant operational challenges. Norfolk International monitoring snow intensity development. But here's the most concerning development ahead. Weekend Arctic outbreak amplifies the approaching assault. Next weekend delivers massive Arctic invasion. Current storm becomes preparation for the main event. MJO Phase 8 maintaining cold pattern stability. Madden-Julian oscillation favoring continuous winter conditions. Phases 8, 1, and 2 creating optimal winter storm conditions. Cold air source remaining active throughout December. Circle of death region threatening temporary pattern disruption. Brief uncertainty before pattern reestablishment. But extended guidance shows prolonged cold siege. multiple Arctic episodes targeting identical regions. Here's the promised analysis from 6 Minutes. Snow accumulation totals exceeding normal expectations. This isn't merely another snowstorm. It's calculated warfare, a deliberate siege against the same vulnerable cities. North Carolina mountain regions, 6 to 10 inches projected. Tennessee elevation zones, 4 to 8 inches anticipated. West Virginia, Richmond metropolitan area, 2 to 5 inches if trends continue. Norfolk regional zones, 1 to 3 inches surprise potential. These projections assume current tracking scenarios. Northward trend significantly increases all accumulation totals. Baltimore corridor regions, 1 to 4 inches if northward shift. Washington, D.C. metropolitan. Light accumulation remains possible. Philadelphia peripheral areas, monitoring for surprise extension. New York City regions, currently outside primary threat zone. But historical precedent demonstrates northward surprises. Friday's storm significantly exceeded forecast expectations. Elevation becomes the determining factor for accumulation. Every 500-foot increase dramatically enhances snow potential. Appalachian mountain ranges acting as snow amplifiers. Orographic lifting creating enhanced precipitation efficiency. Valley locations experiencing mixed precipitation challenges. Higher elevations receiving sustained snow bombardment. Think of it like military artillery finding the range, then hitting the same coordinates repeatedly. Economic disruption beginning Monday morning, regional productivity losses exceeding 500 million. Manufacturing facilities delaying operational shifts. Government offices implementing liberal leave policies. Supply networks grinding to temporary suspension. Regional trucking operations suspending scheduled routes. Christmas shipping experiencing initial major disruption. Online delivery services facing regional complications. Retail establishments preparing early closure procedures. Shopping centers reducing standard operating hours. Utility companies positioning repair crews strategically. Wet snow creating significant tree branch loading. Virginia Electric and Power activating storm protocols. Duke Energy monitoring snow to ice conversion potential. Heavy wet snow causing power line failures. Weight accumulation exceeding tree branch tolerance. Emergency services preparing for accident surge. State police activating additional patrol coverage. Virginia Transportation Department pre-positioning resources. North Carolina DOT implementing emergency response protocols. Don't miss the critical analysis at 3 minutes, the coastal development that changes everything. Salt inventories running low from previous storm events. Emergency procurement from neighboring state resources. Municipal budgets strained by repeated storm responses. December snow removal cost exceeding annual allocations. Tourism industry preparing for widespread cancellations. Mountain resort operations monitoring access conditions. Ski area operations welcoming natural snow addition, but mountain access roads facing closure potential. Medical facilities implementing comprehensive storm protocols. Emergency departments preparing for accident patient influx. Ambulance services activating four-wheel drive capabilities. Hospital staffing adjusting for weather-related delays. Elderly populations facing increased isolation risks. Home heating demand spiking during storm duration. Don't miss the Arctic outbreak analysis at 8 minutes. The weekend challenge approaching rapidly. But Monday's assault becomes preliminary preparation. Weekend Arctic outbreak bringing record-setting potential. Current storm strengthening existing cold air mass. Monday snow creating optimal setup conditions. The first coordinated strike launches at 2 a.m. Monday. Snow operations targeting southern Indiana and Ohio. Fresh snow cover amplifying radiational cooling effects. Ground temperatures dropping well below seasonal normal. Weekend Arctic front targeting identical regional coordinates. Same communities receiving repeated systematic punishment. Question: why do storms repeatedly target identical locations? The answer involves atmospheric memory retention patterns. Jet stream configuration locked into persistent position. storm trajectories following predetermined atmospheric pathways, upper-level pattern persistence creating systematic repetition, identical meteorological setup recurring weekly intervals, temperature gradient maintaining storm highway systems, cold air source positioned in identical coordinates. Here's the promised analysis from 8 minutes. Weekend Arctic Outbreak Comprehensive Preview. Friday through Sunday, Arctic front approaching systematically. Temperature readings dropping 20 to 30 degrees. Current 40-degree readings becoming teenage values. Wind chill calculations approaching 0 degrees. Monday snow cover amplifying cold weather impact. Fresh snow reflecting available solar radiation.